Hey guys, this is Kelly with City Slickers Homesteaders. So I wanted to do our weekly garden tour. I try to do them on Mondays, but it's kind of rainy out, so we'll kind of do it from the porch since the yard's kind of small anyway. But I also wanted to welcome all the new subscribers. I really appreciate the love, guys. You guys are awesome. But I wanted to kind of show you the heat wave is finally over. It's like probably mid to lower 70s after the rain we got last night, which we got a good amount of rain because we left our little fire pit out and it's pretty much full. Like, it's not really deep. I mean, it's a few inches deep, but it was full as of last night. So these are little pepper plants. Let's see if I can zoom in here. There we go. So you can see we got some cayennes, just waiting on those to turn. And I've picked off some of our Anaheims, but we've got some more coming in. Oh, what did I do? Sorry guys, I made it super bright or something, I don't know. There we go, okay. So we've got all those, they're called salsa peppers. We've got one back there turning red. I've already picked a few, so they're in the fridge right now. And then our herbs, let me back up a little bit. We've got our lavender and basil on the top. I've already kind of cut off some of the taller sprigs of lavender, and I've got those drying right now. And then the dill is flowering really nice, so I'm excited to get the dill seeds from that. Looks like one of our cilantro plants is flowering. Excuse me. We've got parsley and oregano, and then our chamomile, which probably after the rain tonight I'll have some more to pick. Then we've got some there on the bottom, and then that bucket's all basil. We actually tried, so this is our first year growing a decent amount of herbs, and what's really cool is we had enough dried chamomile to try to make a tea. So I did 2 tablespoons of it and then had some boiling water, filled up our mug, and put just a small soup spoon, just a regular teaspoon for soups worth of honey in it. And oh my goodness, it was so good. Me and my husband split it because it was our first time making chamomile tea like that, and oh my goodness, it was so good. We were so relaxed last night. So if you haven't seen our previous videos, I'm actually taking a course online to learn herbology, so that way I can learn the medicinal uses for a lot of regular herbs. So I do have a whole bunch of herb seeds for next year, but we have a little hydro garden, so I'm going to clean that out, and I think I'm going to put some herbs in that. I may put some more chamomile in there so that way we can have it all year round. But our tomato plants, I went through and did a really good pruning on them right before the heat. And our tomatoes, we've got so many baby tomatoes and so many flowers. I'm so excited because they just really, it took them a while to really produce because we didn't even get them in the ground till I think it was Father's Day weekend, because we had a community garden. If you haven't seen the previous videos, we had a community garden at one of our local parks, and the Memorial Day tornadoes went through Dayton, Ohio, and it went through part of the park where the community garden was, so we couldn't go back there for 2 weeks. So the ground was just literally covered in weeds up to our knees. There was no way to salvage it. Most of our plants were destroyed. As you can see, we have some tomato cages. We originally had 21 cages. By the time we went down there, we could maybe find half of them. A couple of them were completely destroyed, but some of them we were able to bend back into shape. So we lost half of our tomato cages. And pretty much all of our plants were destroyed. All of our peppers were destroyed. I think there was maybe a couple tomato plants still surviving down there, but not much. And we don't have our own tiller, So there's no way we could have recouped after all the time we spent before Memorial Day weeding everything, trying to do it all again. So we ended up on Father's Day weekend just creating this line here. So none of these got into the ground until Father's Day weekend, but thankfully they were gifted to us. My parents bought us a few tomato plants and the peppers that are in the ground. And then a friend of my husband's, her dad grows everything that he has for seed, and then he'll sell some plants. Well, these were like his extras. So he gifted us the peppers that are in the buckets, and then probably the first 2/3 of our tomato line right there. So, but our original garden is down there, which, like I said, it's raining. I don't know if I want to venture out. Let me go underneath the garage right here. So our corn, I'm super excited. The tassels are starting to turn, so we should have corn here soon. These are actually volunteer tomatoes from last year that just popped up. And then we've got some cabbage, some more volunteer tomatoes, and those are going to be artichokes. So this is the first year, so we'll cut them in the fall and then they'll produce next year. And then those are green beans that we just planted a couple weeks ago, and carrots and radishes. I did some beets. They were actually seeds that were given to us, and I think they were old because they haven't popped up. So then we've got horseradish, and since I'm already out here, I'll show you guys the tomato plants. Well, trying to watch where I'm stepping because we do have dogs, so. But I mean, like, some of these are just so full of flowers. Some of our little cherry tomatoes, they're called jelly beans. We've pulled a few of those off, but I'm super excited for the bigger tomatoes to get ripe. But we have so many flowers, and we got so many little tomatoes on there, so I'm super excited about that. So we'll see how much we get here in probably the coming weeks. Okay, I'm gonna go back out of the rain. So that's our little citronella plant. That seems to help sometimes. But let me take you guys inside. I'll show you our little hydro garden, and then I actually also started seeds for snap peas, sugar snap peas. Kind of to start a little fall garden. So, and since it was so hot, I didn't want to bring them outside since they like the cooler weather. So I figured I'd grow them inside, and then once it kind of gets more into fall, then we can bring them outside and figure out somewhere to plant them or put them in a bucket. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Since we did all of our tomato buckets, we have all those buckets now empty that we can do something with. So, and that's our little compost pile. I just actually, my son, he's got a little rabbit, so we've been using that as fertilizer for our garden. And then my son just dumped some of it in the compost pile, because the pine shavings are good too, because they'll break down as well. So, and that's been helping. But we pretty much have, I guess, what you would consider an organic garden. I don't really follow on that kind of stuff, but we don't use any harsh pesticides. We just literally, when I put stuff in the yard or in the garden, I put down a layer of bunny poop, either in the hole or just on the top of the soil. Throw it on there every now and then, just every couple of weeks. And then we also got some fish emulsion that we started using this year, and I've noticed that's really helped a great deal as well. So we've been using that. So be excited to have some nice compost for next year. So we've just been putting all of our like when we pulled up all of our greens, when they bolted, we put them in there. That's the dirt that was from our potato buckets, as well as the greens from the tomato buckets, what was left. Any type of, well, when we pulled up all that grass around the fence there, that was the start of our compost pile. And I actually seen gentleman that's from Australia, I think his page is called, or his YouTube channel is called Sufficient Me. he was showing about doing like paper from the paper shredder, as long as you don't have plastic or anything like that in it. And we did that, and it actually composted very well in there pretty quickly. So I'll probably put some more of that in there once we get that filled again. So, but let me take you guys inside. I'll show you our little hydro garden for my idea for our herbs, and then I'll show you our little pea plants. Okay guys, so this is our little hydro garden. As I said, I need to clean it out. We had some greens in it, and so we just need to clean it out. We've used it a couple times and we haven't cleaned it out, so we just got to clean that out. And then those are some of our recent herbs. There's a lavender. I did some, let's see, I think it was cilantro and oregano. And that's my sage bundles that I have. So let me show you. Don't mind the messy kitchen. And these are the little snap peas. So you can see a little one right there popping through, and then that one and that one. I just planted these a few days ago, and it's from M.I. Gardener, and it says about 7 to 14 days. So I'm excited that they're already starting to pop through. So we've got 3, just waiting on the other 3, and then we either put them in a bucket or we'll put them in the ground. We'll see, I guess, how the other plants outside go, if anything needs pulled by then, or if not, then we'll just put them in a bucket. So, thank you guys for joining me. My little cat's trying to get my attention here. Hey, Persephone. And of course, there's my jealous doggies. So, I appreciate you guys for joining us. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, if you have any questions or anything, please let me know down in the comment section. And I will get back to you. And as always, have a great Monday, and blessed be.